Thought I'd do a quick video of lighting up my C Wells flare lamp. It's a paraffin fueled flare lamp. A lot of them of this era were naphtha fueled. Obviously that came with considerable danger, being a highly volatile fuel source. This one being paraffin fueled, much less so. I expect the worst you could have was a bit of a flare up. It would just fill the tank up with paraffin. I know you probably can't see anything at the moment. It is dusk. It's pretty dark already, actually. And that should be enough fuel for a couple of hours. Replace the lid before I use that in the darkness. Right, I just place a little bit of rag in the little well down here. We've got a bit of paraffin already trickling down into the preheater cup, so that'll soak into the rag and light it up. Right, you probably see something now. So you've got your fuel tank, gravity fed, small valve here. It's a needle valve to allow the fuel to pass through. Down this goosenecked pipe, and down the bottom here is quite a beautiful little casting, which is the vaporizer. So the liquid paraffin travels through drilled ports here. When we light this preheating reservoir, obviously this all starts to become hot and the paraffin will gasify. Just let a little bit more paraffin down. Shut that back off before it's running out everywhere. Starting to get a bit of warmth, and the paraffin in the preheating font well is now gasifying, and will soon start to heat up this casting and gasify the paraffin before it comes out through the jet. I'm not really entirely sure of the date of this one. I think it's probably 1880s, that sort of era. Would have been used to light up spaces, quite well ventilated spaces I should think, with not much risk of starting a fire. You wouldn't want it next to a store of highly flammable combustible materials, just in case. Having said that, it does produce much more light than it does heat, so it does that pretty well. You can see it's all getting pretty hot now, and before too long we'll start to have gas emitting from the jet, at which point I can turn on the needle valve and allow the fuel to run down the pipe, but because of the pressure of the paraffin gases, the fluids won't be able to overwhelm it and come through the jet as a fluid. So it will maintain a balance, whereas the gas holds the fluid back and the flow rate is just right, that it's gasifying prior to coming out of the jet. When I got this lamp, it was absolutely choked up with corrosion and carbon, and very, very delicately I had to take out a series of 1, 2, 3, 4 little plugs which are threaded into the casting and drill out the ports. Oh, a bit more fuel is needed, I believe. Here we go. As I was saying, it was a bit of a scary job. I was fearful of damaging that casting, but with a bit of heat from the blow lamp, I eventually got the plugs out. As I say, drilled it all through, cleared the ways, and also the valve was seized up and very bunged up with years and years of corrosion. With a bit of patience, a bit of time, and she now runs pretty well. Once the pressure sort of normalises in the vaporizer, it will stop that surging. Possibly the jet's a little bit blocked up, so give that a prick. There we go. Alright, see if we can show you a bit more of the lamp. There is the vaporizer in action. You can maybe, right in the centre, just see the gases flowing up through that ring to hit the top of the vaporizer. So the fuel comes through this pipe, across the top of the vaporizer there, then down this pipe and through here, and then up through the jet in the centre. Bear in mind this isn't running at full temperature yet. Once it's really up to heat, we won't have all of that paraffin vapours coming off of the vaporizer. It will all run nice and cleanly. Have a quick look at the tank if we can, without burning my camera. There you are. Safety from explosion, patent. C Wells & Co. And at the top, you can't see it because it's in the shadow, it says Wells Paraffin lamp. It's a beautiful thing. I'm very pleased that I got hold of it. I'd actually love to get a second one so that I can have one of them either side of my 1905 oil engine when I take it out to shows, so that I can run it at night illuminated. Okay, considering it's pretty much darkness now, you can see it illuminates that area of my garden quite well. Doesn't cope with much of a breeze. In fact, he's suffering a bit right now. Normally that flame's a lot cleaner. Now that's how it should run right now. But as you see, once that breeze gets on it, it kind of dissipates the flame a bit and it burns not quite so clean. Anyway, there you go. Cheerio for now.